93A in Noida, where just seconds from now, in fact 1 second to go, it's 2:29, at exactly 2:30 you will see how these twin towers of corruption, of betrayal, of graft will be reduced to dust, will be reduced to debris. Remember, in fact, this mega demolition was in fact supposed to take place months back, but owing to technical difficulties, it was dragged on for almost a year, and finally these twin towers coming to an end. It's the end of betrayal, of how the home buyers were in fact duped by the Supertech developers, who in fact violated the norms and the law of the land. And finally, that moment, that big moment that India has been awaiting is finally here. Supertech twin towers, stars of shame, coming down today. In fact, any moment now you will witness the explosion of these stars, which will be reduced to debris, rubble in seconds. Literally, we're being told that it will take 9 seconds for these mega towers to be reduced to absolutely nothing, to be reduced to absolutely dust, debris. And in fact, this entire exercise costs a staggering amount of 20 crore rupees, which is being in fact borne by the Supertech developers themselves. Remember this after the Supreme Court's big rap and the judgment in the Supertech case. And there you witness the big moment, Supertech towers coming down, the big explosion that India has never witnessed before. Supertech twin towers coming down. Remember, this is a big victory for all the home buyers. This victory, 9 years after their legal battle, continued. Finally, today is the day. Today is Sunday. Finally, today is Sunday, 28 August 2022 is the day. 2:30 p.m. that the Supertech twin towers have been finally brought down, and there you can see the massive explosion. Remember, this has never happened before in India's history. Of course, such kind of mega scale demolitions have taken place across the world, including in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, but this is in fact the first time that India is witnessing a never seen before crash down, explosive end to the 9-year-long battle of those home buyers who were betrayed, who were duped. And finally, almost a year after the top court's big observation judgment and rap on the knuckles of the Supertech developers, the real estate barons, finally 20 crore rupees spent on this mega explosive exercise. Finally, the Supertech twin towers of shame brought down. Now there will be no sign of these twin towers which once existed. And finally, you see that this entire exercise has been executed by the Edifice Engineering team, a Mumbai-based demolition firm, along with their South African partner. And we're learning that over 100 people were in fact deployed in this team. Not just that, in fact, several new forms of technology have been used to ensure the smooth implementation of this demolition. However, the top concern continues to be the residents of Noida, of the nearby residents who are residing in the neighboring towers. And there you can hear the voice of this mega explosion that has just taken place. Finally, Supertech towers brought down to dust. Remember, 3,700 kg of explosives were used in these buildings, were rigged inside these buildings to bring down these towers of shame. And finally, this is the day of victory and a big relief for all those home buyers who were duped of their hard-earned money. Finally, the day is here. Remember, India will remember this day as a big historic moment in its history, where finally there was justice for the home buyers, for the victims of this case of utmost corruption, betrayal, graft. And finally, there you see once again these dramatic live visuals straight from Noida, where the Supertech twin towers have exploded. Finally, the twin towers brought down. Remember, over 20 crores have been spent on this entire mammoth exercise, and what you see now is the tower of corruption turning into complete debris, gone in less than 9 seconds. In less than 2.9 seconds. Remember, it must have taken years for these towers to be built and only seconds for it to be raised down, to be brought down, and by the grace of God, all residents are safe. They were evacuated in time, and finally what we see on air is the bringing down, the raising of these twin towers in seconds. In seconds, a big blow to those developers, to those real estate barons who in fact duped the home buyers of their hard-earned money. Pertinent to note that it was not an easy battle for those home buyers who were duped of their hard-earned money. It took them almost a decade, 9 years of legal battle to finally see this day of justice. Today, remember, 28th August will go down in the history of India as a historic watershed moment for every Indian, where justice was served to those who were duped. And remember that, in fact, Mirror Now, we as a channel have been covering the Supertech issue relentlessly since the start, ever since in fact the hearings were taking place in the top court, and we've been bringing to you the voices, the concerns of the home buyers who were duped of their hard-earned money. Finally, justice served today, and there you see the moment of demolition on your screens. And what does the site, the aftermath, look like? Finally, the twin towers raised down. These towers, taller than the Qutub Minar, have been raised down. 3,700 kgs of explosives were rigged in. In fact, like I said, several new forms of technology were deployed to bring down these towers of corruption, as we're calling it, towers of corruption, graft and betrayal. Now there will be no sign of the Noida Twin Tower. These twin towers are turning into dust within seconds. However, the process may have taken seconds, but the whole execution and the implementation behind it was not as easy. It was a mammoth task, and clearly there was a sense of anxiety, nervousness, also excitement among the residents, where they were fearing for the safety of their lives. But however, the evacuation were made in time, and for the first time ever, India witnesses a mammoth demolition, which was not just large scale in terms of its execution and implementation, but also in fact ensured the safety and security of all the residents residing in the neighboring towers.
की पाबंदी नहीं है।